Meghan and Harry are officially stripped of their royal duties as woke leftism rips apart Britain's royal family. In this video, we're going to take a look at the announcement from Buckingham Palace officially stripping the royal couple of their patronages, how the British public is responding to this royal rift, and why precisely liberalism corrupts and destroys everything it touches, especially royal families. You're not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. Wonderful to be with you. As always, we're here to give you each and every single day conservative hope in the midst of these turbulent and trying times, helping you to think better so you can feel better. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. We would love to have you as a regular part of this channel. Some alt tech links down below for you as well. For you Rumble fans, make sure to click on the link below to subscribe to our new Rumble channel and help to get us to 100,000 subscribers there. We're almost there. Come on, you can do it. And for you Parler fans, make sure to click on the link below and subscribe to my Parler channel as well. And let's together support the return of this wonderful alt-tech site. Before we begin, we have all experienced blackouts, have we not? Particularly at night. That bizarre feeling you get when the power grid goes out and our homes go completely dark. I'm preparing for my next blackout with a wonderful device called the Lightbug. The Lightbug is a portable, solar-powered, ultra-bright floodlight with 3 lighting modes. Because it's solar-powered, you'll never have to worry about wires or batteries, and it comes with a power indicator so you know how much charge is left. It's perfect to light up your fishing, your hiking, your camping trips because it's so lightweight and portable. And here's the thing, if you click on that link below today, you'll get 20% off your order. What can be better? Make sure to click on that link below or head on over to lightbug.com and get your emergency backup light today. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. Look, you know the old saying, right? Liberalism destroys everything it touches, and that includes most especially royalty. This week, it's been made official. Queen Elizabeth has indeed stripped Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan of what's called their patronages, their public service duties as members of the royal family. While Queen Elizabeth has not stripped them of their titles, they will not be returning as working members of the British royal family. This was made official by the Buckingham Palace. The decision means that all honorary military appointments and royal patronages held by the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will be revoked and redistributed among other members of the royal family. Now, this announcement comes on the heels of the revelation that the royal couple had a little sit down with Oprah Winfrey, an interview that's set for release in a couple of weeks from today. They've already taped the interview, which is being reported to have blindsided the Queen, given that it's a tell-all interview all about getting their side of the rift out there with the Queen. And so, in response, the Queen decided to strip them of their patronages, which means that they're no longer representatives of the Queen, and therefore they are free to speak as they like. Now, you'll recall that this is all in response to an original announcement by the couple back on January 8th of last year. They made the announcement on Instagram, of all places. Harry and Meghan announced that they would be stepping back from their royal duties. They would be stepping back as what they called senior members of the royal family and work instead to become, in their words, quote, financially independent, which has since resulted in $100 million deals with Netflix and Spotify. It was obviously a bombshell announcement to the royal family, to the UK as well. The Instagram post was in direct defiance of the Queen's wishes that Harry keep this all to himself until they work the whole thing out behind the scenes, as it were. And it appears that there's still some pretty bad blood between Harry and the Queen, just after the announcement from Buckingham Palace that they would be relieved of their lives of royal service. Harry and Meghan pushed back, saying that, quote, we can all live a life of service regardless of our official roles, right? Service, after all, is universal. In other words, we don't need no stinking titles to serve the worldwide population as we see fit. Prince Harry was reported to have been shocked by that response. It's just something you don't do. When the Queen speaks authoritatively on an issue, you leave it at that. There's no place for a so-called response. And the British population as a whole seems pretty split on this as well. Half of Brits surveyed said they did not want to have anything to do with the woke couple, and they'll have no interest at all in watching the Oprah interview, which is apparently going to air just a few hours after the Queen gives her major speech on that day. Now, it didn't take long after their January announcement last year to see what was really going on here. The very next day, on January 9th, the New York Times, the royal family of all things woke, printed an op-ed entitled, "Black Britons Know Why Meghan Markle Wants Out." It's called, you guessed it, racism. And the author goes on to document all the ways in which Meghan Markle was supposedly subject to blatant racist attitudes from within the royal family. And encountering articles like this brought home to me what really was going on here with this royal abdication by Harry and Meghan. And that was corroborated by a fantastic article that really got to the heart of what's going on here. It was an article written, again, just a couple of days after the Instagram announcement by a conservative Anglican priest. Now, unfortunately, I have to qualify. Anytime I mention Anglican priests, I have to qualify they're conservative, given the sad state of the Anglican Church in the UK. It's an article by Father Giles Fraser. He's on YouTube. He writes for Unheard, great website. And in effect, the article could be summed up with the title, "Monarchy Meets Liberalism." Okay, monarchy meets liberalism. That's actually a tweet that he cites at the beginning of the article. And what Giles Fraser does here is he makes the argument that Meghan Markle's self-identified left-wing liberalism, her wokeism, is precisely what's clashing with the traditionalism of the royal family. It's a very, very interesting argument. Now, it's no secret that Meghan is fully woke, okay? She's what some have called an ultra-liberal, okay? She's into trendy leftist stuff. She's a self-avowed feminist. She's radically pro-abortion. She hates Trump. I mean, during the whole BLM thing over the summer, Harry got up and publicly defended the movement, even made a confessional video denouncing privilege and all that. And what Giles Fraser argues here is very interesting. Here's what he writes, quote, "Do we still recognize moral obligations that exist prior to our having chosen them?" All right, that's his opening sentence. Do we still recognize moral obligations that exist prior to our having chosen them? That is, it seems to me the question embedded within the whole Megxit scandal. It couldn't have been better designed to drive a wedge between two very different ways of seeing the world. Now listen to this. Liberalism repudiates all moral obligations other than the ones freely entered into by the individual, while monarchy is driven by a duty into which one is born, and has little time for Polonius's libertarian advice to that other troubled prince, the Prince of Denmark, "To thine own self be true." This is the difference between privilege and inheritance, right? Modern liberalism, or neoliberalism, sees the human person fundamentally as an individual completely stripped of nation culture, custom, tradition, language, ethnicity, you name it, and reimagines the individual as completely and totally independent of all those things so as to be able to sovereignly choose for his or herself precisely those kinds of identity markers. The world of monarchy makes that choice for you. You didn't choose monarchy. Monarchy chose you. But as the author puts it here, Giles Fraser, that's anathema to the spirit of wokeism, liberalism, which in effect says that I have no moral obligation apart from that which I choose for myself. But here's the problem, as our Anglican priest notes it, quote, "But how does liberalism, of which Meghan Markle feels like a supreme representative, how does liberalism deal with that age-old sense of moral obligation towards those who have brought you into life and have raised and nurtured you without you having chosen them for the task?" Let me say that again because I think it's so crucial here. But how does liberalism, of which Meghan Markle feels like a supreme representative, how does liberalism deal with that age-old sense of moral obligation towards those who have brought you into life and have raised and nurtured you without you having chosen them for the task, without this very basic idea that we are born into some fundamental unit of existential solidarity, something towards which we owe an allegiance long before we are able to choose it? Human life is released from its moorings, and we are all deeply lost. This is where liberalism flounders. For when it comes to the most important base of human flourishing, family life, Liberalism has nothing useful to say other than to remind us that some families are destructive and dysfunctional and best escaped from. Be your own person, it advises. Break free, but this is to cut off the branch on which nests are built. So beautifully put. See, this is the basic thesis of Patrick Deneen's Why Liberalism Failed, if you're familiar with that book. I mean, he basically argues that liberalism failed because it cannot provide for the basic communal structures of meaning and significance upon which a society is built. In cultural anthropological terms, liberalism is devoid of what's called the sacred, which involves divine obligations that in effect organize our social order. Societies are ridiculously complex phenomena. And we're finding that apart from the sanctity of institutions such as family and church and community, apart from these meaning and purpose instilling institutions, society unravels, including a royal family. And that's precisely what we're seeing here. Again, liberalism destroys everything it touches. Such a shame to see these two royal woke warriors continue that tradition. Now, before you go, make sure to like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel. And you'll definitely want to check out my latest video. I just uploaded it on how the president of Lucasfilm, Kathleen Kennedy, is utterly humiliated in her woke video celebrating women's empowerment, of course, just after she fired Gina Carano. You're not going to want to miss it. So make sure to click on the link, and I will see you over there. God bless.